Hello, and welcome to Fall in Love with Your Business Again podcast. It's your host here, Giovanna, and I started this podcast because I've met too many business owners who struggle with their daily grind. So if you run a business, then you know how hard it can be to juggle work and life. This show is dedicated to all business owners who are going through the ups and downs and are looking to bounce back so they can fall in love with their business again. After all, that business you're building is supposed to support your lifestyle. Wherever you are in your journey as a business owner, I will inject some fun ideas into your life so you can love your business again. As for me, I run Bumper Leads, a marketing automation agency that helps businesses bump up their sales, inquiries, and profit. I love what I do, and I also love to travel and work, and I don't like to compromise on life. And I want the same for you. So let's get funky with it. So on this episode, I'm doing something very interesting. I've actually got my virtual team today, and we wanted to share with you what we do in order to create some of those boring tasks into fun milestones. So I'm just going to ask Milena to introduce herself, and Corey, and we also have our Chief Happiness Officer, Samantha, who is our cat in the office, and she really doesn't do much apart from some yoga and massages that she gives us now and then. So I'm just going to get Milena to say hi. Hello. We sound the same, Giovanna. We sound the same, yes, because my listeners don't know, but Milena is actually my twin sister. She's the crazy twin, and I'm the evil twin sister. And we might sound the same, right?
Yes. I think we're going to sound the same to the listeners. Hi, everyone. My name is Milena, and I am the systems chick here at bumperleads.com, and I help businesses bump up their sales, inquiries, and profit.
Oh, and Corey, what do you do here?
Well, would you believe? Well, my name's Corey, by the way. I'm sort of the resident Kiwi, so, make fun of my accent if you'd like.
My accent.
Essentially, I am the systems guy. So we have the systems chick and the systems guy. And I am a really pedantic person, pretty much like to get really deep into systems and creating crazy workflows that make our clients look like superstars. So that's who I am.
Yeah, great. So, well, I am the head honcho here, and I do pretty much a bit of everything in the business. I think what I really want to share with our listeners today is some of the creative things that we've come up to create a bit of fun in the team, because some of our listeners don't know we're actually a virtual team. So not everyone is based in Melbourne, Australia. Some of us may be traveling, and Milena, for example, works out of our Adelaide office. So in order for us to keep us all in check and make sure that our motivation levels are all firing up, we've come up with some different challenges that we have internally just to get those boring tasks, really into creative, fun milestones. One of the things I think we were brainstorming just recently is how we can publish more content on YouTube. And we've just started our YouTube channel, and we were just thinking around what can we do and how can we leverage what we have today. For me personally, sitting at the computer and creating content, I don't really find that interesting. Do you guys find that interesting?
Okay, I'll pop in here. Well, yes, content creation can be a really daunting task. It can become repetitive. But once you get into it, once you get a schedule going every week, for example, you create a routine for yourself, and then it becomes easier. And I know this for a fact because I actually run a podcast myself on the side. I have a side hustle, if you will. And I've been doing it for 3 years, producing weekly content in my podcast. And the podcast is actually non-business related. It's helping English learners learn English. That's on another note, I guess. And I can resonate with people who do content creation because I know it can be a really exhaustive task as well. Like it takes up so much brain power, and you do have to plan for it, and you have to have a plan for content. That's what I figured over 3 years of doing my own podcast.
Yeah, Corey, do you have any thoughts on content creation? Because you seem to have kickstarted some of the videos for us.
I guess when it comes to work and, people in previous jobs that I've been working alongside with will definitely tell you that when Corey knows something, he likes to show it off. So I'm pretty proud of what I come up with, and, I'm happy to share that on social media or, with our new YouTube channel. However, being strict enough to actually get the content done is another story, because obviously you get stuck in the daily grind of what you want to do every day, and quite often all these really positive things that can create more business from your customers is sort of the last thing you think of. You're currently trying to fix all the current problems that are happening that day. So that's pretty much from me.
Well said, Corey. Well said. And I'm not going to ask our Chief Happiness Officer, but I think she was probably the catalyst behind what we've actually done, what we've decided to do in terms of generating more content, but in a fun way as a team. And one of the key things we did was, okay, so if we need to create content for YouTube, maybe we should do a challenge so that we all create a piece of content, and we do a challenge where we go, okay, Corey is going to create 5 pieces of content on maybe super system or some technical concept. And then Milena is going to do more around the launches, different automations that can help with that. And maybe myself will do more marketing strategy and more overarching principles that we have here in Bumper Leads. One of the things we were thinking is that we call our challenge WeTube. Instead of YouTube, WeTube. As a team, WeTube. So as a team, we have a goal that we will actually start WeTubing on the 5th of September. So as I'm recording this, it's the 30th of August. So as of next week, we should be publishing content for five pieces of content each. And we are also planning to publish basically content so that we don't talk about the same things, right?
Yes.
We have a plan. We'll have a meeting about this, and we'll talk about, what Milena comes up, what I come up, and also what Corey is going to do, so that we don't record a lot of similar content.
Makes sense.
So I think that makes maybe we're a bit, being a twin, maybe that's the reason we are liking a challenge, because we like to compete with one another.
Yes.
And we always compare each other since we were very young. So as a twin, Milena will understand that, we grew up competing with one another, and we would often compare what each of us had done in school. Now that we work with each other, we are also in our competitive streak. And I think we would find a challenge like WeTube a very interesting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
So who do you think is going to win, Corey? Milena or Giovanna?
Look, I think the cat claws are out, and it's got nothing to do with Samantha. So let's just see how things go.
I think Corey is winning, actually. I'm just jumping.
Corey is winning. So as I said, Corey has already done 2 videos.
Oh, but that's not part of the challenge. So I've got another 5 to go.
Okay. We all start from, it's all equal, right?
Yes.
So we have an equal footing for our content. So I think that's one way we did it. I wanted to share with you something that was really interesting this morning. Some of my listeners, they do know that I do Reformer Pilates in the morning, because that was my morning routine. I keep asking our guests, what's your morning routine? And everyone has this amazing morning routine. And I go, oh my gosh, I just do Reformer Pilates, really. That's all I do. But the fun thing this morning is that I did the class. And towards the end of the class, the instructor actually asked us to shut our eyes and then for 30 seconds to dance. And she just turned up this music really loud, and we all had to dance with our eyes closed.
Wow.
And you know what? I thought, is she joking? I opened my eyes and everyone's dancing and everyone's like really into this, and I'm smiling, I'm laughing. And you know what? The whole day was such a positive, day that we had today. So I don't know, like starting your day smiling and laughing and dancing, maybe what we need to do as a team.
Maybe we all have to do our happy dance, huh?
Yes. Yeah. What I like to do is actually when I'm stuck on producing content, when I feel like, oh no, I have to do another episode, or no, I have to do something that's repetitive or routine like. What I do before doing any content is actually do 5-star jumps.
Oh, okay.
I do 5-star jumps, and just to get the blood flowing through my body, because there's something about lifting your arms above your heart, or gives you some effect. It produces endorphins, I think.
Endorphins, yeah, that's
what motivation to do things. And you know what? Just 5-star jumps actually makes me feel a lot better.
And then you, Corey, you like we posted recently on Instagram Corey's happy dance this morning. Corey's happy dance, and he's doing on Boomerang, the Boomerang app on Instagram, and he's doing the shuffle.
Okay, gotta see that.
The shuffle on the Mordialloc Pier.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to making a fool of myself. I actually think it's a lot of fun, and I definitely suggest that anyone should make a fool of themselves in public. Do something silly for a good cause. So why not?
Awesome. I gotta see that. I'm gonna comment.
Yeah, go and comment, Milena. We need more likes and followers. So if you're listening, definitely go on Instagram and check out Bumper Leads, and you'll see Corey doing his happy dance on the pier. I mean, the other things we do for fun, would you say that we have a very fun workplace?
Yes, definitely.
Silence.
There was a little pause there.
I think the beauty is that our workplace can be as fun as we make it, because essentially, we aren't location specific. So we could wake up one day and be working in Greece, which we actually did last year. We're traveling for 12 months. So it is, life is what you make it. So, fun can be anywhere in the world. So
we can automate fun. I think
that's true. Yeah.
We automated our lives so that we could have more fun. I think that's what happened.
How do you mean automated your life? Can you elaborate? I am not, because I don't travel with you guys. So I just go to my Greek restaurant here in Adelaide. That's as far as I go to Greece.
We just had a system in place where we go on Airbnb and we find properties that are within the budget. Our budget at the time was $1,500 a month. We would often find properties that we know specifically that they have to be new, and we know that they're quite negotiable. So that was our system. And every time we find a property, we go and we stay somewhere for $1,500 a month, something that would be worth like $5,000 a month. That was one system. And the other system is that we had was living out of our suitcase. Everything was packed the way we would unpack and pack. So we saved ourselves time by having a very organized suitcase. And as soon as we move in, we make the dining table the work table, the workstation. Our suitcase is unpacked with a minimum amount of stuff being outside of the suitcase. So the suitcase became storage. For the flights, we used Skyscanner
and Momondo.
And some of the points, because you collect the points. And then the other part of automation is what we've done in the business to automate is that every booking or every meeting that we have with clients, Zoom, we like to have that over Zoom, and it's all automated so that whenever somebody books a meeting with us, they get the Zoom link connected. They can also dial a number because we're not in the country. They can also dial their local number and talk to us. And we pretty much used Slack. And I guess with technology today, you're really limitless in terms of what you can automate.
Wow, that's didn't expect that you can automate. I guess have systems when you're booking accommodation, flights. But since you've traveled so regularly, I guess you had to develop a system. And especially when you're traveling with the systems guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, sometimes the system breaks down. I have to say, and that has happened a few times. And usually the finger is, squarely pointed at myself. But look, it's a lot of fun, and it's definitely a great way to learn as a human actually what is outside of your normal circle of comfort. So I definitely suggest that anyone that can work remotely should definitely go and travel and actually experience other cultures, because it is something that definitely broadens your mind and gives you such a better, I guess, sense of self. And I think that we bring that into our business as well. So
I think that's right, because, we had some weeks when we were just exhausted, because it's not glamorous, as glamorous as it sounds to travel and work. But, at the end of the day, you have your weekend to explore in a different country. But then there were times when you're like 60 hours a week working and you forget to have fun. And that's really just something that I forgot in the midst of traveling and working. It becomes more like a job in itself.
It's not always sitting on the beach with a laptop, Sometimes it's waking up at 4:00 in the morning in Istanbul to have a meeting with, people in Australia that's 2:00 in the afternoon. And all you want is coffee and all they want is answers. So it's not always... It's not always the glamorous life. It is definitely hard work, but it all pays off in the end, because it's such a fantastic experience.
It pays off because I think you are uncomfortable and you grow as an individual because you're outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah. I mean, it is the famous term, learning how to be comfortable while being uncomfortable.
And I think with our challenge, the WeTube challenge, it's also taking me out of my comfort zone, because I am usually an introvert. I prefer to do podcast as opposed to a video.
Yes.
And being on camera, to me, this is the scariest thing that I'll ever do. So,
yeah. And what listeners should also note is that we haven't done many videos in the past, like as we in Bumper Leads, we haven't done many videos in the past, and this is kind of first time ever that we are producing content on YouTube. But that's why I like the idea of a challenge. Maybe we should have a prize at the end. What do you think? I didn't really think, what happens after we achieve the challenge.
Yes.
So the challenge is actually 5 videos for 5 days that we have to produce each. So that's 15 videos for Bumper Leads in 1 week, or in 5 days, I guess. So what is the prize? How should we treat ourselves afterwards? How do we celebrate? Joanna?
That's a great question, because typically with prizes in companies, that falls under fringe benefit tax. And a lot of companies don't like going there. But, we have got a fantastic boss, and that is a really good start. So I think that whatever it is, it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
I was thinking to do another challenge as a prize.
Let's do another challenge.
Get you working a bit more. No, I think you're right. We need to think about what to do.
Yeah, I just thought of it now. This is kind of our meeting as well as recording the podcast. So if we meet next time, let's think of a prize. What could be an awesome prize for completing the challenge?
Maybe our listeners can tell us.
Yeah.
Yes,
they can vote on a prize up to a certain value.
A prize may be something even more uncomfortable. Yeah, we have to think about this, because I don't want to do boring prizes like, let's go and have a team lunch.
I'm motivated by food anyway. So if you can buy something and get it delivered to me here in Adelaide, that would be great.
Food is a great motivation tool. So that's all we have to share with you, listeners. And I think what will happen, maybe we give you guys an update after our challenge, and then we will have a better idea as to how we will celebrate this challenge. What do you think?
I agree. That sounds cool.
much what we wanted to share with you today. It's a bit of an impromptu team meeting / podcast episode that we thought maybe would be a fun thing to do as a team, and maybe share some of the ideas and give you some of the ideas that you guys can take away and implement in your team, such as the week challenge. And that is something that we really are excited about. So I hope that you found it useful. And if you want to, I guess, keep in contact or follow us on social media, we are going to keep you guys updated, and tell us what you think we should do as a celebration. Or what do you guys do as a celebration? What do you guys do as a team? That would be nice to know how you guys celebrate your wins. So until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.